Once you've registered to collect and pay tax in a state or jurisdiction, and you've added that jurisdiction to your Avalara account, the next step is to tell us which returns to file. Typically, the information you need about your business are legal entity name, state and local tax ID numbers, EIN numbers, sales and use account numbers, and prepayments information. You can find this information in your tax registration paperwork and in your online account for that jurisdiction's Department of Revenue. The information required to set up a tax return varies from state to state and from return to return, but this basic information is needed for most returns. If you don't have the user ID and password for your company's Department of Revenue account, check with your company to find out who receives tax-related emails. Some states have separate websites for registration and e-filing. To find out which returns you need to file, start with Return Central. Select a state or province where you're registered. We'll use Colorado as an example. Colorado has state returns for different tax types, while other states have one return for all tax types. Here, we highlight Colorado returns based on different tax types and provide additional information such as special requirements and registration ID format. Colorado Department of Revenue lists tax forms by tax type and number order. In most states, you can find the form numbers on your registration paperwork or in your online account for that state. If you can't find them there, check with the tax professional. A home rule state means there are self-administered local tax authorities in that jurisdiction. You need to register your business in each local authority where you're required to collect and pay tax. Add those local authorities to where you collect so we can accurately calculate tax for the counties, cities, or special tax jurisdictions within them. Then you need to add the tax return that you want us to file. Each home rule authority has its own returns and forms that require its own unique tax ID number. You can find that number on your local jurisdiction registration paperwork. Let's take a look at scheduling a return. Select Returns, then View and Add Returns. Select Add a Tax Return. Select the region where you want to file a return. We suggest some forms that you may need to file based on your tax collection settings. However, you should only choose returns that you have confirmed with the state or jurisdiction that you need to file. Here, we'll file a local return for Boulder, Colorado. Detail the return by adding your filing information. Select Next. Tell us how often the state or jurisdiction requires you to file and when you want us to start filing. Then confirm your filing method by selecting Save. We will now start filing that return for you. It's up to you to decide which returns to file. We may suggest a few to you, but it's best to refer to your registration paperwork or contact the jurisdiction's Department of Revenue if you're unsure. Next, watch our video on updating your return.